Imagine this. Two massive telecom empires, giants of an industry, brought to their knees in less than 2 years. And the weapon that did it? A plan that cost exactly 0 rupees. So what does that teach us about business? Well, today on Finologix, we're unpacking exactly that. How one company didn't just compete, they completely rewrote the rules of the game in India, forever.
So for the longest time, the Indian telecom market was, let's be real, a duopoly. You had two big players, Airtel and Vodafone, and they pretty much called all the shots. We're talking prices, speeds, who got access, the whole shebang for over 1 billion people. And then this one offer dropped. An offer so wild, so audacious, you'd think it had to be a typo. We're talking free, unlimited 4G data. No strings attached, no sneaky hidden fees. Just free. And the result of that one simple offer? Absolute total chaos for the big guys. Those two empires that had ruled for a decade, they started to crumble. Stick around, because this is the story of exactly how it all went down. All right, let's get into the weeds here. To really get why this was such a huge explosion, you've got to understand the pressure cooker that was the Indian telecom market just before 2016. What was it actually like for the average person? This right here, this number is key. People were shelling out more than 500 rupees every single month. And for what? You'd get this tiny little bit of data that would, vanish in just a few days. The internet wasn't something you just had, it was a luxury. Yeah, the market was basically locked down by the old guard. And for you, the customer, what did that mean? Well, it meant ridiculously slow speeds, terrible coverage if you weren't in a major city, and just this constant frustration of feeling ripped off. The whole system was just begging for someone to come in and shake things up. Okay, so now we get to the moment it all changed. And listen, this wasn't just another company launching a new phone plan. No way. This was a full-on, calculated, shock and awe, military-style campaign designed to just break the market wide open. And what's so brilliant about it is the weapon they chose. It was just so simple. Unlimited 4G data. For free. For months on end. I mean, think about it. It was an offer the competition literally could not afford to match. Their entire business model was built on charging you for every single megabyte. And Jio just walked in and made the very idea of paying for data, well, they made it obsolete, at least for a while. And the speed at which this all happened, it was absolutely breathtaking. So, 2016, the free service launches. By 2017, their growth chart is just a vertical line. I'm talking people ditching providers they'd been with for years, just switching over in massive waves. And get this, by 2018, in under 2 years, Jio wasn't just some new kid on the block. It was the dominant force. So what happens when you unleash a force like that on an industry? Well, now we're going to look at the aftermath, the fallout from this complete telecom takeover. Just look at this chart. It tells you everything you need to know. In just 2 years, Jio went from literally 0 market share to being the #1 player. They grabbed nearly 1/3 of the entire market. The old giants, Airtel and Vodafone Idea, who had been on top for ages, were suddenly scrambling just to be #2. This visual right here, it's a picture of an industry getting completely upended. And the damage, wow, it was catastrophic. I mean, we're talking about Airtel and Vodafone losing 30 to 40% of their customers. Think about that. Vodafone, this global giant, was actually forced to merge with Idea just to survive in the Indian market. Their stock prices nosedived. And of course, the tough part is that this kind of chaos led to huge layoffs all across the industry. So while the old guard was just bleeding out, Jio was exploding. By the end of 2018, they had signed up over 300 million subscribers. Let me say that again. 300 million. Just let that sink in for a second. That's almost the entire population of the United States, onboarded in just 2 years. It's insane. Okay, so what's the takeaway here? What can we actually learn from all this? I mean, how do you even break down a strategy this aggressive into lessons you can use? Let's dig into the disruptors playbook. It really boils down to 3 key things. First up, deep pockets plus a crystal clear vision. You see, Jio had the backing of Reliance Industries, a massive conglomerate. That meant they could afford to lose money, a lot of it, and play a long game the others just couldn't survive. Second lesson, infrastructure is king. They spent years and, frankly, billions building a state-of-the-art 4G network before they even launched. So on day one, their product was just better.
And third, and this is the big one, they didn't just try to compete on price, they disrupted the entire system. They fundamentally changed the conversation from how much does data cost to, wait, why should data cost anything at all?
So, this playbook was just devastatingly effective in telecom. And that leads to a huge question for today, right? With that kind of money and that kind of disruptive thinking, what industry is Jio going to go after next? Seriously, drop your predictions in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think. Hey, if you learned something new here and found this breakdown valuable, do me a favor and smash that like button. It seriously helps the channel out. And, share this explainer with a friend who loves a good business takedown story. And of course, for more deep dives into the epic business battles and strategies that are shaping our world, make sure you're subscribed to Finologix. We've got new explainers dropping for you 4 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, right at 6:30 p.m. IST. So go ahead and hit that bell icon so you never miss out. And as we always say here at Finologix, where India learns business, अगर वीडियो पसंद आया तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करें। हर मंगलवार, गुरुवार, शनिवार और रविवार को नए वीडियो मिलेंगे सिर्फ Finologix पर। Thanks for watching.
Imagine this. 2 massive telecom